Hi tribe, and welcome back for another session. I hope you're feeling good today and well. And today I have decided to focus back on the hips. So lots of work around the hips today. I think it's important for us to really maintain our mobility around our hips. It's a really vital part of our anatomy and our biomechanics. And so if it's sort of got lots of tension in it, then it can really cause lots of knock-on effects throughout sort of your life and how you age. It also is a massive blocker and can cause lots of restrictions in your yoga practice. So again, I've decided to dedicate a whole session to hips, and I really want to help you understand and help you feel through your body and recognise how it's working, what's happening, what's going on, and how you can really help open these hips and start to let go of perhaps things you're holding on to. Perhaps you could start to learn about your posture a bit more, the alignment you hold, and the repetitive movements you do daily, which maybe could be adding to any stress going on around this area. So I'm going to be talking more about that through today's session. So if you would like to begin in a child's pose today, we're going to begin just slightly opening the knees. You're going to rest that bum back on the heels and allow the feet to be nice and flat. We can touch the toes, and then we're just going to softly fold that forward. So we don't need the hips too wide for now. We can keep them just where it's comfortable for you right now. Could feel a little tight because this is what we're initially going straight into our child's pose. So your hips may not be ready for this just yet, but let's just relax. Try and relax down. We're going to stretch the arms ahead and allow the forehead to connect to the earth. And keep the arms kind of soft. Allow the fingertips to press into the earth. And just begin to notice how you're feeling in your child's pose. It's a very calming posture, and immediately we'll start to work with your nervous system. And that connection with the forehead to the earth is really important in your child's pose. And the pressure point there, that's just really relaxing and calming for the mind. Now, if you're finding your forehead isn't quite reaching the floor, then we can bring our hands into fists and maybe rest our forehead on our fist. Or we can grab a block or a pillow to help support that forward fold. And just begin to notice that area around the hips. How is it feeling for you today? How does it feel in your child's pose? Are you feeling any discomfort? Are you feeling perhaps a little bit of pain? Or perhaps it feels quite nice and easy for you today to slip and relax down into those open knees, those wide arms. Perhaps it feels easy for you to sink down and begin to relax in your child's pose. And I'm just beginning to notice the feeling around the front and the back bottom. Are you kind of holding on to anything there? If you are, see if we can gently start to relax that area. Just allow that relaxation then to seep into the glutes and the hips, the joint, the bones, and all those connective muscles and tissue that connects this, the muscles to your skeleton. And take that down into your thighs, into your knees, calves, ankles, feet and toes. Just relaxing the belly, the lower back, allowing that chest just to sink down towards the earth, your heart centre sinking towards the earth. Feeling that stretch across the shoulders as you're allowing your arms to reach ahead of you. And we can begin to notice the flow of breath travelling in and out of the nostrils. Really softly, just begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Try and keep the mind on the breath. Each time it's trailing off, then just try and put it back to that cycle of breath coming in and out. Stay with yourself there just for a few moments. Sorry about that, just had to tend to my children. And just begin to notice while you've been connected to that cycle of breath coming in and out, have you begun to relax down? Have your hips loosened just a little bit maybe? See if you've created a little bit more space where you can just widen those hips at those knees and just melt down maybe a little deeper if you can. So we're going to begin to just walk the hands over towards the right side of the body. So we're over towards the right side, we're just going to walk those hands over there towards that right knee. And again, just relax, bring that forehead down. So you're going to feel that intensity pick up a little in the right side of the hip. Notice how it feels, that discomfort. And we're going to slowly just start to tease that feeling and just begin to take a little wiggle, working into that right side of the hip. And then just walk those palms all the way over to the left. You can feel that intensity change in the left side of the hip. And again, we're just going to softly start to tease and stimulate the left side of the hip. Good. And then walking back there, coming back to your child's pose. Good. And then you're just going to walk yourself up. Keep the knees nice and wide. And again, just noticing how that feels as you're coming up into that seated around the hips. Let's see if we can slightly tuck the tailbone. So you're going to feel like you're pulling your pelvis at an angle. You're really pulling that tailbone in towards the midline. And you can feel that activation there from the thighs, the hips, the abdominals as well. This is all helping to control that movement through the hips. Now release that feeling and just kind of let the tailbone swing up and out. Your chest is going to come through a bit. And so you're going to feel that gentle arch just in the lower part of the back, and that is completely natural and normal. So we want to feel that slight indenting in the lower back, shoulders pressing away from the ears. And again, we're going to try that movement again. So start to pull and tuck the tailbone. You're going to feel that internal pull coming. Activating the hips and release it. Gently release the tailbone away. Good. And then we're going to come on to our sitting bones. And we're going to have a little go of seated, just working with the hips. So, but first of all, let's come into a butterfly. So bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees just to rock either side. And we're gently just going to begin to rock through those knees. Again, picking up on any information we're being fed right now. How's the hips? How's it feeling? Where's the discomfort coming from? Try and really hone in on those areas where you're feeling the most. And then we're going to extend that left leg away and keep that right leg coming in. So we're just going into that half butterfly. Again, we're just going to begin to rock through that knee. Let's try and keep the hips travelling forward. And then we're going to push down on that knee and start to open that up. And bring the left hand just behind for some support. Keep that left leg fully extended away, flexing the foot in towards you. Good, and pick the knee up. We're going to take that right foot over the left leg now. And you're again going to start to feel a bit more intensely coming up the thigh, going right into the side of the right hip there. Take the right hand behind you, start to take your gaze over your right shoulder. You can reach with the left hand on that right thigh, just hugging that in a bit closer. You can feel that really deep stretch there. That's coming right from that deep inset muscles into those hip joints. Squeeze, roll that shoulder back away, gently release. Pick that leg up, take it over and slide away. Give that a nice rock. So immediately that's the right side of the hip. Get an idea there of your range of movement, how that feels for you. And then we're going to move over to the left side. So let's pull that foot in, come into that half butterfly. Fully extend the right leg away, we can flex the foot in towards you. And let's just start to rock now through that left side of the hip. And bring the right hand down, just behind the body for some extra support. Keep that spine long. Good, and get a real press down. Might feel different this side for you. So again, noticing. Let's pick that foot up, take it over the right leg. We're going to go for that twist. Taking that deep stretch right into the hip. So start to twist and turn into that left thigh now. The left hand's coming behind the body and the gaze can come over the left shoulder. The right arm grabbing hold of that left leg and really pushing and squeezing it in. Keep the right leg fully extended away with the foot flex and start to really increase this stretch if it feels nice. Use that breath to guide the movement. And noticing then how the left side feels. Good. And gently coming back. Unravel, slide away. Give them a shake. some nice deep breaths. Might feel natural now. You might want to sigh or huff or puff a little. Good. And then come back to that butterfly. Feet coming together. And we're going to take a nice, tall, long spine. And we're going to feel like we're really actively trying to push the knees down to the floor beneath. So really activating that ourselves and pushing those knees down. Keep that spine nice and long. And we're just going to hold here for 5 breaths. Nice deep breaths. Draw the breath up from the base to the crown, from the crown to the base. Now if you do really want to work on that hip flexibility, then I'd say this little sequence, or even just sitting like this in your upright butterfly daily, is going to really, really help increase the opening of your hips. But this sort of training requires dedication. It's not going to happen overnight. If you want to see results, it needs to have devotion, dedication, and a true keen understanding of the biodynamics of your body. And without those things, you're not really going to progress in your yoga practice. You're going to be gaining lots of clarity, calm, and understanding. But without really focusing on the structure of your body, then you're really going to start to see some progressions coming. So again, let's push those knees down, and then let's just round through the spine now, and just relax the neck. And so again, noticing the hips, that feeling in coming in to the thighs, the sides of the buttocks, the groin area. And again, we're just going to sit here in some still, just allowing the magic to happen. Try and relax into this stretch. There's nothing else really required of you right now, but just to be softly relaxing and allowing the body to relax over and away from the hips. Keeping the knees nice and soft and relaxed, not holding on to anything around the thighs or the groin. This posture requires a level of surrender. And relaxing the front and the back bottom. Relaxing through the neck and the face. And this is a really nice one as well for anyone who is suffering with that sciatic nerve. And feel that stretch coming from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the neck. Feeling your hips just melting, surrendering to this beautiful pose. Softly start to bring ourselves up. Take the hands behind the body. Push that heart center through, chin coming up. Nice deep breath into the heart. It might feel good just to give the sitting bones a little push up. Nice deep breath into the heart. Good. And gently calming back down. Again, we're going to shake that off, wiggle it off. And then we're going to find cross-legged position. So we could take easy pose. We're folding both our legs ahead of us, a nice tall long spine, bringing that even distribution of weight through the sitting bones. And again, explain that little curvature that you feel at the base of the spine. That's good, that's healthy feeling. And we want to push the heart and the shoulders up, being nice and tall and aligned. If you want to move further, we can come into Sukhasana, I think it's called, where we place one foot in front of the other, and again connecting to that distribution of weight underneath the sitting bones. Or maybe you can take your half lotus or full lotus. So again, just going with what feels comfortable with you. And we're going to move into some Nadi Shodhana, our alternate nostril breathing. And this is to help balance those masculine and feminine energies inside the body. So let's begin with that visualization. For anybody unfamiliar, you can just stay here with the visualization and we'll gradually move on further into the practice. So close the eyes. Feel the energy in and around your space. Begin to take a visual. So with the inhale, let's visualize it coming in the left nostril. And as you exhale, visualize it coming through and out of the right nostril. Inhaling the right. Exhaling the left. Stay there with that visualization if it feels good for you. If you want to progress, we're going to bring the right hand up towards the face. We're going to rest the two fingers at the first and the second finger on the third eye. The thumb is coming to the right nostril and the ring finger is coming to the left. So let's pinch the nostrils. Release the left. Take a deep breath up the left nostril. Pinch and exhale the right. Inhale right. Pinch, exhale left. Inhale left. Pinch, exhale right. Find a soft gaze or perhaps close the eyes. Inhaling the right. Exhaling the left. Inhaling the left. Pinch, exhale the right. Inhale right. Pinch, exhale left. I'm going to leave you there with your Nadi Shodhana. If it comes too much, release your hand back down and connect back to the visualization. To tell you a little bit more about your balancing breath, but try and stay focused as much on that breath as you can. The left side of the brain is dominant to the female energies, and the right side of the brain is dominant to masculine energies. Masculine energies is linked to our logic, our reason, our action. And our feminine energies is linked to our reason, our calm, understanding. And we need these two energies equally collaboration, in union. This is also very important and useful for your brain activity, your brain development, to stimulate each side of your brain, each hemisphere of the brain is really healthy. We often forget about the brain. It's very much an organ, it needs to be worked as well for us to maintain that optimal brain health. This alternate nostril breathing can really help accompany that brain health, as well as regulating the energies within the body. And when you're ready, let's gently just release the hand down to the knees. And we're just going to swap that leg over, so wherever you was before, I want you to cross it over and change over that leg. So we're stretching the other side of the hip just as much. So again, taking that nice, tall, long spine. Close the eyes, we can just lower the chin. Just bring the hands on top of the knees. Seated can feel quite uncomfortable for some, and that's due to the mobility and the stress that we hold in the hips. The hips also hold on to emotional energies, so which can often be the cause for any pain or discomfort. And we're gently just going to walk that forward, coming to that forward fold. Go where you can. Some may just be here, and that's fine, just relax down through the neck. Some may be able to take that all the way down to the floor. Good, and gently walking up. Take the arms behind, again pushing the heart centre through. Nice deep breath into the heart. And we're going to gently unravel the legs, bring them into a half supine position, so feet to the mat. And we're softly just going to window wiper. So keep the knees together and just take them over to the right side and over to the left. And again, just noticing any discomfort, any feeling running through the hips. You may want to open the knees up a bit and just do what you can. Do what you need to do here, just to take that feeling out of your hips. Good. And then take it over, take a nice wide leg. See if you can come down into that child's pose. Notice how it feels now for you. Taking some nice deep centering breath there. We've already begun to work deep into that hip joint now, so your body may feel like it wants to release. So nice deep breaths if you need to sigh, if you need to cry, if you need to shout, scream, or even laugh. There, this is the space for it. Good, and then let's come up to a tabletop position. And we're going to begin just by some circular motions through the hips. Seeing what we've got available there. Taking circles, leading by the sitting bones. And going in the other direction as well. And then let's stand tall in that tabletop. So pull the belly in. You may find naturally it kind of want to sags in a little bit where we have that arch in the lower spine, but let's try and activate those abdominals. Pull that belly up. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Let's flatten them down into the earth. Nice through, coming through the arms, shoulders and wrists, and we want the knees within the hips. So let's drop the belly, pushing the tailbone away, shoulders rolling back, chin coming up. Creating that beautiful arch in the spine. And then pushing, coming into your cat pose. We're really exaggerating the abdominals and the shoulders, squeezing the glutes. Good, inhale, drop belly. And let's just keep travelling between cat and cow. Starting to bring in that fluidity now, and just moving however feels nice. Those who are familiar with practicing with me know that I really allow you to explore your own practice. This is your mat, your practice, your journey, and I am just guiding you. So move that body, step inside your skin now, and really start to connect to your physical. Getting in every nook and cranny, really trying to understand the biodynamics of your body, how it's working, which muscles are engaging with each of your movement. So let's bring focus back down to the hips, okay? We're going to start to take some figure of eights with the knees. So we're going to roll through the hips. Imagine we're taking that figure of eight or the infinity sign and really recognising how the hips feel, what range of movement you have, what happens to the belly. Keep those abdominals activated. Good, and then slide the knees back. We're going to allow the hips to sink down towards the earth into that soft up dog. Feel that stretch coming in the low back or the front of the hips, and take a gaze over the right shoulder. Gaze over the left. And again over the right and the left. That's it, push yourself. Let's come back to that tabletop position. And again, inhale your cow, exhale cat. And we're going to send the left leg back. So let's try and keep that in line with the body. Keep the hips nice and centred. The hip may want to sort of pop up to the side, but let's try and keep the hips nice and level. Fully extend that leg all the way back, flex the foot. So we're feeling nice and straight and long there. Notice the hip. So we're going to gently bring the toes down, touch the earth. Notice that movement coming from the hips, and then we're gently going to pull that heel up towards the sky. Keep the foot flexed, and how high can we take that up? Good, let's hold here. Good, try and keep the hips again on the midline, try not to open up too much to the side of the body, and gently start to bring the heel down. And again, take that nice and level there with the rest of the body. Let's hold. And then let's squeeze. So start to bend the knee. We're going to squeeze that knee in and really crunch, pull the knee up as high as we can towards the armpit. Noticing that feeling through the hip. And we're going to bring the knee up to the side. So again, all this movement coming from the left side, this range of movement. We're going to lead with the kneecap, nice big circles. See what we've got here in the hip, that range of movement. We're really leading with the kneecap. And take that the other direction. Good, and gently release down. If you want to come out, take a rest. If you're feeling that in your wrists, come out, give them a good shake. And we'll do the same with the left leg, the right leg. So we're going to extend the right leg all the way back, flex the foot, try and keep that alignment good. Pull your belly in. Notice the hips, want to keep them in good alignment. Keep holding, gently start to bring the toes down. Touch the earth, and then see if we can take them all the way up. Keep the hips nice and level, don't open up too much to the side of the room. And hold. Good, and gently bringing the foot down. Come into level with the body again. Squeeze the knee in, let's tap the elbow or travel up deeper towards the right armpit this time. Squeeze. Bring that knee up to the side of the body, push and hold. Good, and then nice big circles. Might feel different for you this side. Notice that range of movement. And travel both directions. Good, and gently calming down. We're going to open the knees up. Relax down into your child's pose. Notice how it feels. Does it feel any different? Take some deep centering breaths. Okay, so now we're going to come back up to that tabletop. And we're going to begin to take that journey up to our downward facing dog. So let's take some half dogs first of all. Drop the belly, tuck your toes, start to push belly into thigh. Suck that belly in with the inhale. And let's come up to that half dog. Keep the knees nice and bent. We can push those sitting bones up to the sky. Again, pull the belly in. Want the belly in nice and close to the thighs. And release to your knees. Let's take a deep breath into your cow. And exhale, let's come all the way again to that half dog. Yes, and no through your neck. Come into your knees, take a deep breath, and let's finally come up to that downward facing dog. And we can begin to just walk it out. Padding the weight through the feet, through the hands. Pushing those sitting bones up to the sky. Noticing the length coming through the spine. Try not to round through the spine. We don't want the shoulders tight and closed. We want armpits open. Pushing those shoulders down away from the ears. And we can feel that even distribution of weight through the feet. Notice how the alignment through the legs looks and feels. If you need to straighten your ankles up a little bit, maybe you need to spread the weight to the outside of the feet a bit more. Pull the knees to the outside of the thighs rather than rolling inwards. So start to notice. Notice your body. Notice its alignment. Because it's really as well, through these little tweaks that we're going to be making in our practice, that are really going to see you progress physically. You're going to see little ailments disappear where you're realigning your body and your posture. So really start to take note. The more we take note, the more changes we'll see, the more we progress, the more our bodies will gain. The less detached we are from our physical bodies during our practice, actually we can hinder our bodies and we can make our ailments worse if we're not mindful of our own body. Good, gently come down, let's take a rest. Child's pose. So this is where I really can't stress to each of you enough that we're all perfectly individual and unique. So we all come to our mat with something different to work with. So it's really important to tune in with you and not compare yourself to anybody else's practice, because we are all completely different, unique. We've all got slightly different alignment, postures, emotional baggage. So we're all dealing with things completely differently, and all these things manifest into our physical body. So it's really important for you to just focus on you and your ailments and issues, if you like. And when you're ready, let's come back up to our downward facing dog. So we're going to come into that three-legged dog. So let's take the right leg up. Again, like we did in that tabletop, we're going to try and keep the hips nice and square, not allowing them to lift and open up. So we want the hips nice and even. So notice the weight coming through both of the hands. You may feel a little weight shuffling over to the right. So if you can, try and even that distribution of weight over to the left a little. Take a few breaths here. And then we're going to open the hips. So start to bend the right leg, foot coming to the bum. And now we can open up to the side of the room. And bring the gaze up to the left, to the right armpit. And let's begin to just work that ankle. Feel that lovely opening in the hip. Take those deep breaths there to that sensation. And then leading with the kneecap, let's take some big circles. Again, working deep into that hip joint. And go both directions. Good, and we'll gently come down again, climbing into that child's pose. Relax. Let's arrive back to downward dog. We're going to take it over to the left side. So coming into that three-legged dog. Keep the hips square, flex the foot. Take a few deep breaths here. Think about the right leg now, that even distribution of weight, the alignment coming through the right leg. And then open the hip, foot to the bum. Again, it's a glorious stretch, working straight into that hip joint. Gaze can come up towards that left tricep. Nice deep breaths, and let's begin to just play with the ankle. All the while we're taking those deep breaths into the hip bone. And then let's bring the knee in, some nice big circles. Both directions, really leading with the kneecaps. See what range of movement we've got here in the hips. What are we experiencing? What sensations? Good, and again, release down. Let's take that child's pose. Open the knees, sink down a bit deeper. And we're gently going to walk those hands all the way over to the left side. So here we're going to really grip into the earth with the fingertips, feel that pull along the shoulders. You're going to feel a strong pull up the right side of the body. And then you're going to feel that intensity increase in the left part of the hip, the thigh, the groin. And let's just breathe here. Trying to let go if we can. And by squishing and squeezing here into the left side of the hip, we're really going to be activating that lymphatic system as well. Shaking it up, giving it the kickstart it needs to help clear away all the toxins in your body. And let's walk that over to the right. Again, picking up on the sensations and the experience in the right side of the hip. And then feel that pull coming all the way up the left side of the body into the armpit. And again, we can just surrender and breathe. And gently walk that back to the middle. When you're ready, we're gently going to come back up again to that downward facing dog. And we're going to inhale the right leg up into that three-legged dog. This time we're going to bend the knee and bring that foot all the way through to the top of your mat for your low lunge. So draw up the left leg. So here we're framing the foot, we want the knee arriving above the ankle. And we're going to come up into our high lunge. We have that ball of energy running through the palms. We're going to try and find that centre line, tuck the tailbone, so try not to sink too much in that lower back area. Try and find your centre line, pull that belly in. Root that foot, pull the arms up. A beautiful ball of energy between the palms. Relax shoulders down away from your ears. Let's breathe here. Good, and then we're going to drop the arms back. We're going to bind the fingers and just pull them down behind the back. Pull the heart center through. Maybe you can sink the hips slightly lower. Take the shoulders back. Nice deep breaths here. Trying to keep that stability. Visualize yourself in posture. Good, gently release. And we're going to bring the hands now so they're just both of them right next to that right foot. So we're not framing the foot, we've got them both of them on the inside of the right foot. So keep all the weight evenly distributed in that right foot now. And we're going to have a little go of just playing around with our lizard lunge. So stay where you are here. Take a few deep breaths. You may want to gently just push that left knee away just to deepen, and maybe you can sink a bit lower. So stay there if that's enough. Just keep breathing. Notice how you're responding and reacting to this intensity. Notice what's happening to your breathing. Those that are familiar with this, you may be able to come all the way down, take it to your forearms. Those unfamiliar, if it's feeling too much, bring yourself up a little bit. But these poses are meant to bring intensity. They are meant to be showing you to let go, surrender. If you are experiencing pain, unbearable pain, then obviously that's no good, come out. If you feel like you can cope with the intensity, allow yourself to travel deeper and surrender. just think about rolling the weight onto the outside of that right foot. So the knee's going to start knocking out to the side of the body. Just working into a slightly different part of the hip once we start to push the knee out. So the intensity could change. The feeling could change. So again, patiently sit with the stretch and work out what needs to be. Really showing that mental resilience and the ability to work under extreme stress with grace. Good, and gently pull yourself back, start to roll the weight back onto the whole of the foot. And we're softly and gently just going to start to walk that right foot in towards the left side of your mat, your left hand. And then we're going to bring the knee down and come into that pigeon pose. So we're going to allow the knees, the hips to come back on top again. Try not to sort of float off onto the right side of the sitting bone. So try and keep that distribution of weight, on top. We're going to push that right knee all the way back. And we're going to start to take that forward. We may be able to arrive there on the forearms, and that could be enough for you today. Maybe you need a pillow, you can grab your pillow for a bit of extra support. Or maybe you can come all the way down, forehead down. And again, just noting how that feels. This can feel very, very intense. For some people, on some days, you can't even get into this pose, and that's totally normal. That's what I want you to understand about your emotional, mental bodies. We all suffer differently on different days. So just go with what you can manage today. Some days you're like a warrior. You're sitting in your pose, handling your shit. Other days you want to cry like a baby, and that's okay. Let those tears flow. Notice the sensations coming through the body. Pick up on anything you're feeling. Good. And gently just roll out of that. Come onto the sitting bones. Pull your knees together. Come into a fetal position. Laying on the right side of the body. Give yourself just a little moment here just to let go and relax. Self-soothing maybe, a little rub of the arm. Or saying to yourself, well done, that was hard. And then bring yourself back up now to that downward facing dog. Maybe you can work that out your right leg a little. Notice the feeling, it might feel different. And so this left side can feel completely different for you as well. So inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, tramping through to that low lunge. And we're going to drop that right knee this time. Inhale, coming up, finding that centre line, tucking the tailbone. That ball of energy running through the palms. Find your stability, find your breath. Relax your shoulders down. And pull the arms back and down, bind the fingers. Draw those shoulders into the midline, heart centre. Reach into the sky. Let's breathe here. Keep that stability through the feet. through that leading foot, through the knee. And gently release. Start to bring that forward into your lizard lunge. Lining those hands up now with the left leg. Noticing how it feels. Readjust yourself if you need to. And let's find some breaths here. Taking that down deeper if it feels good. Remember to keep the distribution of weight nice and even first of all through that leading foot. So we're not rolling the weight onto the outside just yet. I'm going to work on opening up this part of the hip. So just stay here, breathe in. Again, if you can come all the way down to the floor, super duper. If not, stay here or maybe up with your arms completely on lock. That's fine. Or maybe again you can grab your pillow and start to relax a bit deeper into the posture. Start to roll the weight now onto the outside of the left foot, just so the knee is knocking out slightly. And again, just spend some time here working on that space we're creating, working on the patience and bringing that breath in. It's these deep, long hip stretches that really start to allow you to notice how you feel in these postures. They allow you to understand a bit deeper and really work on that mental resilience that we so badly need in our everyday life. And then we're going to start to walk that left foot in towards the right hand. Knees coming down. And we're going to bring the hips back on top into that pigeon pose. Working your way down to the earth, however feels good. Maybe just resting on the forearms. Maybe you can take it all the way down to the earth. Using those gentle breaths just to ease the discomfort, maybe travel a bit deeper. Softly start to pull that right knee back, release the left, come into that fetal position. We're going to come onto our backs, keep the legs in that semi-supine. We're going to knock the knees in, just let them rest. Bring the left hand to the heart and the right hand to the belly. You can pull the feet out a little bit past your hips. And allow the knees just to knock in. Take all the pressure off lower back, your hips. And just relax there. Nice deep breath. And then from here, we're going to pick the right leg up and start to take it over the left leg. We're going to go for a bind with the legs, so like we would maybe in our eagle pose. We can stay here, or maybe some of us can go for that full wrap. And we're going to start to just take them over to the right side. And then let the left shoulder drop down. We're going to create a bit of a twist here. We can keep the right arm across the belly for a bit of support. And we're going to stretch the left arm all the way across. Can you feel that lovely pull coming through the shoulder and the arm? Squeeze the knees in a bit deeper up towards the chest to really encourage that deep stretch coming into the hip as well. Unravel, pull the knees back to the midline, release the hands, the arms. Take the left leg over the right, go for the bind, drop it down to the left. Take the left hand across the belly for some support. Lengthen the right arm all the way out and take the gaze over to the right as well. Squeeze the knees up towards the midline a bit deeper and let the right shoulder drop down. Could feel different this side. Nice deep breaths coming in, allowing yourself just to relax down now, slowly taking you to relaxation. Gently unfold, let's come back. Pull the knees in, coming into that wind relieving posture. Squeeze in nice and tight. Let's bring up that head and shoulders, nose coming in. Squeeze. Take soles of the feet together. Let's come into that reclined cobblers now. So just let the knees relax either side of the body. We're going to take the left hand back to the heart and the right hand to the belly. Slide those feet away if it's feeling quite intense. And just try and relax here. Just noticing if you're holding on to anything still around that groin area. We're so used to protecting our lower chakras. So our survival mode, our hips become so tight. We're so used to protecting ourselves. So allow yourself to surrender here and just relax and let go of your hips and your knees. stay here in your reclined butterfly pose if you wish to work on your hips no longer. The more relaxed we are in these poses, the deeper we can open and stretch. So if you're comfortable there, just allow yourself to drift into relaxation. If it's feeling a little bit too much, pull the knees in nice and slow. Slide the feet away, open the feet, pull the arms away from the body to open the shoulders. And just relaxing and melting down into the earth beneath you. Being supported, guided, loved. Even in those moments where you're feeling alone, you can realise that we have support around us. The universe has always got your back. Work around the hips today. This could encourage things to come up, emotions, memories, things you need to maybe release and let go of. Feelings could arise, emotions, and that's totally normal. So just over the next couple of days, just bear that in mind, that you have worked really closely and deeply with your emotional energies as well as your physical body. So you could feel a little stiff, a little sore tomorrow. You could be feeling anger or sadness or love or laughter. Honour all your emotions. Recognise and release. So tight your hips. They will give you a restricted range of movement. It could lead to poor posture, poor alignment, leading to muscular and skeletal discomfort. Hips are often the problematic areas that really hinder your yoga practice. And there could be many reasons for tight hips. Daily habits, repetitive movement, perhaps with work. Perhaps you endure prolonged hours of seated. And these can all help towards that tightness, that feeling we get around the hips and the lower back. If we have any skeletal issues such as bone growth or health, this can really hinder their performance as well. And it's also the area where our emotional energies get stored. So there's many reasons as to why your hips could feel tight. And I hope that from this session you got a little bit more of a deeper understanding of what you're holding on to, or physically how that felt, what range of movement you have. Maybe it allowed you to recognise and notice how you deal with stressful situations, the intensity. hips always need care and attention in a yoga class. Hips can bring all types of sensations once we begin to move and manipulate the joint. It's one of those yoga classes where you could cry, laugh, make noise, understand, let go, learn, move on. Realising that these moments of discomfort pass. We can learn grace and begin to recognise the importance of the breath to allow us to let go and move on. So when I say we're working with the hips, please realise you've been on a much deeper journey than you could have imagined. You've really entered your body on a cellular level. Moving and manipulating your joints to release emotional energy. Allowing your physical body to feel at optimal health. Bringing that strength and resilience to your mental body. Showing you that you can handle high intensity stress with grace and keep control of that mind by connecting to the breath. Not allowing those irrational feelings to come in and take the moment. So well done you for entering that journey. So noticing how you feel, just scanning back through your body again from head to toe. Connecting back to the fingers and the toes. And giving yourself a little rock, a little wake up from head to toe. And let's inhale, take that full body stretch. Pull the knees in, take a little rock over to that fetal position. And then when you feel ready, let's come up to a comfortable seated, and we can end the space in the session. Bring the hands into prayer, let's connect them into the heart center. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, sigh. Make that connection to the earth. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sigh. And one more. Inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer, hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.